far as Lorenzo goes, not to change the subject, I'm still fighting for him. You know, right now we just did a rally in front of the agency. You know, we kind of like shook them up, so now they want to come back to the table, you know, and try to negotiate something, but we won't know what that will be until the 11th of this month. And also the agency, they you know, it's sad because they take these children, they free them for adoption to strangers, they medicating these kids, they letting these kids age out in the system, nowhere to go. You know, it's sad, you know, so don't believe everything you hear when they say come adopt. You know, you have to be careful and be aware of what they capable of doing, and they are capable of hurting you to the worst and to the core, you know. And my situation still, again, like I said, we're fighting for Lorenzo to be united. I stand right here as my niece, which is my daughter, and I love her to death. I love her two brothers, and what else? It's a lot. Like I said, don't be afraid. Just speak out. Don't be afraid. I'm trying to start a class action lawsuit for those who's been hurt and rights been violated. You know, we have to make a stand. We have to make a difference. Because if we don't do it, it's going to keep generating the way it's going. And we will lose if we don't stick together, you know. And I just wish, you know, my nephew would be able to unite with us, you know. And I'm going to court. I did a second appeal. I'm going to fight the judge tooth and nail because they're crooked. You know, they don't care about us. They're not out here with us. It's all about money, you know, with them, and they just don't care. They don't have no love for us, but we need love for each other, and we need to stick together and never be afraid to tell what's going on in your life, you know, as far as foster care or what have you. You know, just stay together. And let's fight this battle, because we can win. I feel it in my heart. I know we can. Because there's a lot that they're doing that's wrong out there. There's so much that they're doing that's wrong out there. I know we can win. If we stick together, we can overcome them. We can make a difference. We can make a change. We don't need a whole million of people, but the little bit that we do have, we can go and fight and make a change. All right. Thank you. I love everybody. Keep the faith. Don't be afraid. Join FPA. Thank you.
All right, sis.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to testing. 1, 2, 3. I forgot to tell them. Hello. My name is Lorraine. I'm getting back on the mic. I'd first like to say that I've been in the human services industry for over 40 years. I was a foster parent for over 35 years. Okay, and I went to college, I got my degree, and I got a job, and I still work in the human services field. I have my children. My daughter fell prey to the streets. She got addicted to substances, and I'm not saying anything that she doesn't know. This is Aaliyah. Aaliyah's been with me since birth. This is my oldest granddaughter, but she's my daughter because I went to the hospital and I picked her up from the hospital. And she's been with me ever since. I don't hide no secrets from her about her biological mom because it is what it is. She comes around, she would see her, and she was with me. My daughter was able to maintain herself and keep her other 4 children until the drugs got the best of her. And then ACS supervisors came knocking down my door, begging me to take the kids, and I'm like, this is going to be too much for me. I can't do this. I already have one and I work full time. Needless to say, the heart of a grandmother, I said, yes, I'm going to take my grandkids. I brought them in my house. They were in some really difficult states. The oldest one at 5, she couldn't hold a pencil. She didn't know her colors. She had never been in a structured school setting. The boys, One of them used to bang his head on the wall, and you know, they were just in a real fragile state. They never celebrated Christmas. They never celebrated birthdays. I would come by her house whenever I could, buy groceries and buy diapers for them when they were in a home. But that's all I know. I'm going to be bouncing all over the place because this is like really emotional for me. I never knew anything about this organization. I'm so grateful. And I'm going to do everything I can to support, because I'm going to get to the point of what everything is. I'm not a real good... Hold on. I think yes. Am I still? No. I'm rocking back and forth, but I'm not. Hello? Hello? Testing. Okay, I don't know why I'm saying I'm not a good public speaker, but I need to let this story be told. Now, moving back forward, they came and tore my door down, telling me, look, just take them for the weekend. It was September 15, I believe it was Labor Day weekend, 2011. And I'm like, I can't take them. I got a full-time job. Anyway, I took my grandchildren. They said it was just for the weekend. Come Sunday, they started bringing bunk beds to my house. And I'm like, what's this for? Oh, you don't have to work Monday. I'm like, but you said for the weekend. 4 years later, I got my granddaughter to be able to write. I put her in summer school, special classes, tutoring, everything. I got my grandsons the help that they needed, and the babies kept coming, mind you. They brought me 4 initially. It was 4, Tamia, Kiwan, Khalil. Okay, anyway, the babies kept coming, and they kept bringing them to me. I had a total of 6 grandchildren, which I kept. They were in my home for 4 years. Never missed a day of school. They had after-school programs. They were in the Boy Scouts. They were swimming. They were doing gymnastics. I had them in all kinds of programs. When I went, we all went. If I went to a party, they were at a party. Every tooth that fell out, we celebrated, okay? Every birthday that came by, we celebrated. If it wasn't nothing but the 6 of us, we had cake, ice cream. We had our own party going on, okay? We took care of each other. We looked out for each other. Whenever the ACS would bring a new baby, from the oldest down to the youngest, everybody wanted to take a turn feeding the new baby, you know, changing the new baby. We were family. We were tight. Even when they were with my daughter, I made sure that she saw her siblings on a regular basis, okay? Moving forward to September 15, 2011, my grandson had a very, very special pair of shoes. He said he's going to be a firefighter.
Firefighter, right?
Yes. Yes, he's going to be a firefighter. Go ahead. Testing, testing, testing. Testing. Okay, my grandson, hello. He said he was going to be a firefighter. Grandma found a pair of sneakers that used to light up, look like fire. We go to the fire department, to the fire station. They let them get on the fire trucks and go around and everything. Well, these little sneakers started getting too small for him. So Grandma took them and put them in the donation box. And he'd sneak in there. He took them out. Well, also, he had a problem with odorous feet. So the person at the agency, the nurse used to tell me, in fact, it was the doctor, said soak his feet with a pinch of bleach in a bucket of water or in water. So I had been doing that for over a year, and he never had a reaction. But he snuck these sneakers out of the donation box, and he wore them. That night when he came in, I had him soaking his feet. He said, Grandma, the water's burning. I said, okay. Took him out, ran some cold water on his feet, looked at his feet. They were a little red. He's very light-skinned. There was no blisters. There was no scars. There was nothing. So here he go again. The sneakers back in the box. He sneaks and he wears these sneakers this morning. His feet is irritated. Didn't know anything about it, but as I took the 2 youngest ones to the daycare, he ran up to the door.
You might as well stay back there.
Yeah.
You might as well stay back there.
Testing,
too many chips now. I got this.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing. Okay. We're on our way to drop the youngest 2 to daycare. Okay. Now, the daycare lady has a video camera where she got Khalil running up that morning because he was taking the diapers for the baby. The other one had the diaper bag. one had a change of clothes. But everybody's running up there. He's fine. He gets to school. Apparently, he must have said something to one of the teachers about his feet hurting. The allegations they made against me was that I immersed my grandson's feet in boiling water. Now, I mean, that's just so, I couldn't even fathom. They took me, I called the after-school program called me Miss Armstrong. They would not allow your grandchildren to come. You need to come and find out what's going on. Okay, so I called the school. Nobody wants to talk to me. Finally, after being on hold for about 45 minutes, the principal said, well, you need to go to the precinct. Okay, so I go to the precinct. You need to go down to the investigation office. Okay, I go down there. They kept me there, interrogated me for hours and hours and hours and hours. No charges were ever filed against me. They never once explored options for reunification. Oh, the bottom line was, I heard one other person talk about the children being in imminent danger. They removed 5 out of 6. And everybody knows that if one child is in imminent danger, then all 6 is in imminent danger. How you going to take 5?
Tell me on the good story.
I know, I'm
No, not you. I don't know what's going on. Everybody went smoothly.
Hello? Hello, okay. Yeah, but I was saying they took 5 and they left Aaliyah. Okay? Now none of the children were on psychotropic meds prior to this. As I said, they never missed a day of school. They were in Girl Scouts, the boys was in karate, they was in gymnastics. They were doing everything, all of the services that I went out and got for them. Okay? I noticed that my next to youngest grandson, he was having a lot of issues in terms of being defiant and getting through. So I said, look, let me have them all tested. I took the initiative. I found a place to have them tested. I had them all diagnosed and went out. There was only one recommendation for medication at the time. And now, mind you, we were in the final stages of adoption. They were all freed for adoption. I was the adoption resource. We were 3 weeks away from closing the adoption with me as the adoption resource. My family came forward once they removed